Okay, kiddos, last week I told you that we're going to be focusing on opinion writing. And we are going to continue to focus on opinion writing this week. And this week our main focus is going to be introductions and how to write a fantastic introduction that will not make your teacher fall asleep when she has to read your paper. So we have a secret formula that we're going to be using, and this paper is going to go into your writing section of your spiral. So we haven't put anything in that section for a while. That's the section kind of towards the back. So you're going to find the narrative papers, and then you're going to glue this behind the narrative papers. This is our opinion writing. So we're going to start with the hook. That is what we always start with. And a hook is basically your way to get your reader to be interested in what your topic is to hook them in and get them excited to read your paper. A hook can be 1 to 3 sentences that just grabs your reader's attention and makes them think about the topic, because you're trying to kind of convince them or get them to think about the topic, okay? So our next thing that we're gonna, after our hook, is we have to start our paper with an opinion sentence. And we have a fancy name for this opinion sentence. Oh, so fancy. It is called a thesis statement. So thesis, let me move my hand so you can see that. Thesis, okay? It looks like the sis, thesis, and then statement. So a thesis statement is where you are going to state your opinion clearly. Like, I believe, my opinion is, I think, okay? You're going to state your opinion clearly. So that's our thesis statement. Those are kind of our 2 parts of our introduction formula, a hook and a thesis statement. So let's see some examples so that you understand what you need. You're always going to be given some type of prompt, and it's really important that we pay attention to the prompt. The prompt tells us what we need to write about. Okay, I never will forget the story of a little girl in my class who on SBAC spent hours writing the story. And her story was supposed to be something related to space. And she wrote this beautiful story about a puppy because she didn't read the prompt and what the prompt was telling her to write about. Okay, so don't be like that poor sweet girl. So my prompt is, what is the best hobby? So here's an example. Let's look for our hook. Wouldn't it be nice to have a hobby that you can take anywhere with you and doesn't require a lot of supplies? A question is a great way to hook in your readers. So there's my hook. Here's my hook. You can even color code it if you want to, or underline it. There's my hook. Okay? Many people have hobbies they are fond of, but in my opinion, the best hobby is crocheting. Okay, so do you hear that I used the words best hobby because my prompt asked me what is the best hobby? And do you hear that I used, in my opinion, the best hobby is crocheting? And I told you what my opinion is. I stated it clearly. So that's what I'm looking for, 2 parts, a hook and a thesis statement. So this was rather simple, and it's fine. It's 2 sentences, and that's okay. You can still get a 3 with a 2-sentence introduction. But I want to give you an example of something that's a little bit more complex and maybe takes it to the next level. And that is a 1 to 3 sentence hook. So look at here. It says, what is something that can make driving dangerous? So here's my next little example. Have you ever been behind a car that was swerving all over the place? Perhaps you wondered what the problem might be. It could be the driver just needs some sleep. Driving while sleepy can make driving dangerous. Okay, so this is a little more sophisticated because the hook is more than 1 sentence. And you can see this whole thing. Have you ever been behind a car that was swerving in place? These 3 sentences are the hook, okay? Now look at my thesis statement. It's a little more sophisticated because I don't say, My opinion is driving while sleepy can make driving dangerous. I can state it that way, but this is a little more sophisticated way or grown-up way or college way of stating my opinion. Driving while sleepy can make driving dangerous. And again, you see I used words from the prompt so that they know I'm addressing the prompt. So again, this is my thesis statement. You are going to have an opportunity now to work on this, where you're going to have some topics to choose from, and you're going to create a little mini introduction for those topics. All right?